Here, Agraada Sammy Gyamfi. You know, if I were the president, I would fire Sammy Gyamfi right away, not even a second.
To be a leader, you need to have a vision. You need to have a dream. Say to yourself that I am going to make sure in the next 10, 20 years, I'll put Ghana on a different map for the whole world to see that we are created by God just like others. To have the vision. Challenge yourself.
Nepotism, favoritism is what is killing this country. No doubt about it. You know, recently in the news, you hear Agraada Sammy Gyamfi. You know, if I were the president, I would fire Sammy Gyamfi right away, not even a second, because the evidence is clear. I don't need to go and do any investigation. To serve as a deterrent. Young men and women complete their university education, they did their national services. And even national service, you have to pay to get a good company to work with. If you don't know a politician, you cannot even do your national service. All these things are impeding progress. And because of that, because of nepotism, we always employ square pegs in a round hole. So it's a canker that we need to solve or resolve. So I'm glad you brought it up. And you also questioned about business and politics. It is not very easy. In business, I would have gone far than where I am today if I'm not a politician. Why? Because I belong to one political party. If there's change of government, they attack your business, the new government attacks your business. Even your own government, your friends might look at your face and they don't like it and try to kill your business. But if you're a politician and you're not a businessman, it's different. You don't feel the pain. But if you're a businessman and you are still doing politics, it is not very easy. So to balance it, all you need to do to enable you to balance it is honesty. Don't compromise on your integrity. If you compromise on your integrity and do any fishy deals, any change of government, they will come after you and collapse your business. So if you want to do business and at the same time go into politics, you should know what is ahead of you. It's a high stake that you're going to take. Interest rates. First, to reduce interest rates, in this country, I have to tell you, I am not scared. I'll tell you the truth because I'm a businessman. You don't need the government competing with entrepreneurs or businessmen in terms of borrowing. The government is borrowing from the banks, and private sector is also borrowing from the banks. It makes it very difficult for the private sector to get a lower rate. 2, Bank of Ghana sets a prime rate at say 22%. Where on earth do you set the prime rate at 22% and expect the bank with all the risk also to give to customers at 25? So right from day one, the Bank of Ghana regulation It's nothing to write home about, and therefore they have to do something about it. Again, production. When we create businesses, the government will get taxes from workers, the businesses, they pay their annual taxes and everything, the corporate taxes. When the government has enough money, it will bring the rates down because they will not be competing with private sector for loans to do other projects. So creating more employment and flooding the market with goods and services will also bring interest rates down.
I never knew I was going to get to this point in life. But I have always said to myself, I'll be a millionaire at the age of 40. That boy from a poor village, I was a millionaire at the age of 36. So I had a vision, I had a dream that one day I'm going to be somebody. The same way a leader who is leading a country, who is leading an organization should have a dream and a vision. What he's going to do for his country. And I have a vision, I have a dream. As a businessman, as an entrepreneur, young men and women here, vote for me to come to power, and you see how I'll use businesses to change this country. A leader should have the courage. A leader should have the courage. If you don't have the courage, I repeat what Abraham Maslow said, you will either step into growth or you will step backward into safety. What does that mean? You need to challenge yourself as a leader when you are leading people, when you are leading a country. Now look, what is the problem my country is facing? I stand here as a Ghanaian, and on top of my head, I can tell you the challenge Ghanaians are facing, especially the youth of this country. When we have over 100,000 students coming out of every year, you have only 10% getting jobs. What happens to the 90%? You need a leader who is creative, a leader who is bold and courageous to say that, look, enough is enough. Let us change the status quo and change the narrative. You should have a foresight that this is the level I want to take this country to. A man with a foresight is able to study the market or the conditions of his own country and say that and make a projection that in the next 5 years, this is how far I want to go with my country's economy. This is how far I want to create job opportunities for my youth. I believe in you. If not the youth that invited me, probably I would have been in America because today, on Monday, my daughter, a dentist, I'm a village boy. I don't even know all these things. They are saying a white coat, so I have to be there. And I say, I've been invited to go to Central University, so my wife has left. Again, besides the foresight, you need a leader with humility. A leader with humility, meaning a leader who can always let people know how he appreciates them, how he respects them, so that they also reciprocate the respect and they work together. If you become a dictator and you don't respect the people, no matter the brilliant ideas you have, if you are not humble with your people, you will never achieve your goal. So a leader must be humble and bring everything on board, everybody on board.